Now, I mentioned before about what I believe is the scourge and consequences of ageism. Perfect example, right? Right now, what about 9:30, Australian Eastern Daylight Time, the number one read story on news.com.au is a story about OnlyFans, right? The website where people make money out of taking naked photos of themselves. On the Guardian's website, the number one most read story right now is about Prince Harry, and even at the oh-so-woke Sydney Morning Herald, it's about the Golden Globes. That's right now, real time, what do people care about? Richo, this is why we have had 18 separate reports into aged care that find some version of it all the time, and most governments don't feel an urgent need to do anything about it, because sure, if everyone banded together and everyone marched in the streets like the oh-so-woke do over whatever the damn issue is, if there was a hashtag about change the date, change the system, all the rest, right? We'd talk about it all day, every day. But we can't even go 12 hours of this being the thing we talk about in Australia.
No, one of the problems here is that if you want governments to do something for you, then usually you have to agitate for it. You've got to work hard at it. But how do the aged agitate? It's pretty difficult as a group for them. It's bloody near impossible. So they have to sit back and hope that some of the rest of us might agitate for them. Now, they face the fact that governments can put them to the side, delay them, and work around them to try and win elections. And what the aged need to do is they badly need somebody to organise them because they're so powerful. I think if they ever realised how powerful they are, they could shake the world. They'd certainly be making Morrison worry about what his policies in regard to aged care are going to be.
But also, isn't it that thing, Rowan, where it just feels like, because, I mean, again, regardless of whom the government is, this government's been around for a while now, so they can't just pretend this is sort of fresh meat being... we move on so quickly because, put simply, as you said, right, it's online news, but it's a nice little real time. OnlyFans, Prince Harry and the Golden Globes, all more important stories for people in terms of what they read and what they're interested in, and those numbers are basically marked over 24 hours.
Yeah, and it's, the reason is because aged care, no one is telling the truth about it and no one is being honest about it, and so the public can't really engage because they don't understand it. And if you look into it, it is an absolute Pandora's box. It's a nightmare. But to strip it down to its absolutely simplest, it's an exaggerated problem that we have with the Medicare, and it's similar to the exaggerated problem we have with the NDIS, which is we're trying to ride two horses at once. We're trying to have a social welfare system that looks after everybody, but at the same time we're allowing private enterprise, and we're mixing these two things together unsatisfactorily. I think it works better in Medicare. In aged care, there seems to be this meshing of two incompatible systems, and that's why structurally it's not working.
Pauline, why does this feeling that people have seem to only last a couple of hours?
Well, look, you talk about Harry and Meghan. I couldn't care less about Harry and Meghan. I think he made a big mistake marrying her, actually. And she's not one bit interested in the institution of what the monarchy stands for. So, as far as I'm concerned, I don't want anything to do with them. I don't want to read about them. And talk about the Golden Globes. What I saw at the bottom of your screen, Sky, came up and said Kate Blanchett and Nicole Kidman didn't get mentioned or awarded. I couldn't care less, honestly. So I wish people would take more interest in politics, actually, what is actually happening in your country, because that will affect you more and your future generations than worrying about what's happening with Harry and Meghan or about whether Nicole gets a Golden Globe award.
Yeah, correct. Millionaires giving other millionaires golden trophies. Wow, please, forgive me if I don't
Bread and circuses has been working for a couple of thousand years, Paul.
No, I get it. But supposedly respect for the elders seems to have passed and not quite been the way that our society works these days.